Hello, instructor and fellow classmates. For this assignment, I would like to share with you some of the things that stood out to me that really captured my attention as I was reading through this week's assigned text, The Art of Public Speaking, chapters 1 and 2. One of those things that stood out to me in chapter 1 is where the author speaks of understanding the subject in which we want to speak publicly on. The importance of really thoroughly grasping and understanding the content of the subject, and so that not only can we understand it ourselves mentally and intellectually inside our own heads, but understanding it in such a way that we can communicate those ideas and concepts to others on their level, regardless of what level that is. That is absolutely essential in public speaking, to be able to articulate what we believe are the ideas and concepts and views that we hold, our values, in a coherent and clear way. Another thing that ties into that, and I think why that is so important, is because communication is important. And this is why public speaking in general is important to me, is because communication is key. And that's why the author speaks of some of these businesses and corporations emphasizing communication skills for their employees, especially those in leadership positions, is because communication is everything, especially in our relationships, whether it is speaker to audience, whether it is manager or employer to employee, or whether it's husband to wife or father to children. Whatever the nature of the relationship, communication is everything. We need to be able to communicate our needs, our ideas, our views, our expectations. All of those things are centered around communication. We need to be able to do that well. The last thing that I'll mention that stood out to me in chapter 1, and this ties into chapter 2 also when we're talking about public speaking and speaking ethically, is the ethnocentrism that the author spoke of. It's very easy for us, I think it's in our human nature, to get in our group and we stay closed-minded in our group. And I think it's really important, and this applies again back to the nature of our relationships with those around us, with our fellow human beings, with whatever the nature of the relationship may be, but especially in public speaking, is empathy. We need to be able to put ourselves in the other person's shoes, whether it's the speaker putting himself in the shoes of the audience, seeing it from their perspective, really seeking to understand. As author Stephen Covey said, seeking first to understand before being understood. And that helps us to see things from their perspective, to treat, as a speaker, their views fairly, validly, to take them seriously. And it also gives us credibility to them when we do that, so they can take us more seriously. And also, as a listener, whether we're speaking or listening, to be fair to the speaker, to take their views seriously, to let our judgment of what is being communicated not be about the speaker's ethnicity or race or gender or religion or cultural background or the way that they dress, but let it to be about the content of the ideas that they're communicating. Evaluate their talk based on those ideas and the truthfulness and reliability and credibility of the ideas, not of the speaker himself. So these are some of the things that just stood out to me as I was reading through. Again, the biggest to me is that empathy. And when it comes to speaking or listening, it's kind of like Jesus of Nazareth said, treat people the way you want to be treated. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. If you want somebody to listen and take you seriously, listen and take them seriously. Anyway, thank you guys. Hope you have a blessed day. Look forward to seeing your videos.